And then you mentioned the goal setting. And I actually have a whole chapter in my book about setting goals. And one of the problems with corporate goal setting that kind of ticks me off. So it may not fall into this exceptionally irresistible. I apologize, but you brought it up, and it gives me an opportunity to talk about
Oh,
like
good,
a own
please.
pick that I have is that we set 12-month goals. Just drives me insane. These
Mm,
12-month goals. I literally had a manager one time tell me, "You can't accomplish that in a year, so don't set it as a goal."
right.
Right? So we're setting goals that we think we can achieve. We're pretty confident that we can set those goals. So we're not really challenging ourselves. This is going back to that being
Mm.
comfortable thing.
Mm,
So what I would say is, and the chapter in the book is called "Crazy Scary Goals," and that's the goals that I want to set. I don't want to set something that I usually don't meet my goals, uh,
wow.
and I'm disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
And goal last year was to save $2 million, and I didn't make it. Okay, so this year it's again we're gonna save $2 million. I'm gonna save somebody $2 million.
Mm,
Some business out there, and if you're listening to this and you think that's pretty cool, I'd love to save $2 million, and it's about 5% of your total spend. Then let's have a chat and let's figure it out. And I'd love to meet that goal because then I'm gonna up it. But anyways, um,
I,
that's
I'm
pretty
I
scary
would
goal.
just love to be in a position where saving $2 million was like a big deal. 'Cause right now, anyway, continue.
I was literally thinking that right now.
I had to say it. It was bursting out.
So true.
Absolutely. But we need to set those crazy, scary ones
Mhm.
that the goals that keep you up at night, right? Like that
Right.
thing. And you've had it before. Okay. I'm going to give you an example that I know Jeremy's had because I've talked to him about it. The night before you proposed,
Right.
did you sleep?
Oh.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
You
gosh.
had a crazy, scary goal and you were
Mhm.
going to move forward the next day and you didn't sleep that night because that
Right.
goal that you
Wow.
had set for yourself kept you from sleeping that night. How
Right.
many other goals have we set that kept us the night before Ranger School? I didn't sleep at all, right?
Wow.
There was no sleep before that, right? Like before these
Mhm.
big events, you're like, okay, you talk to like these all stars, the guys the night before the Super Bowl or whatever it is, before they reach that moment of I'm going to make this happen. These big opportunities, these once in a lifetime moments, these crazy scary goals. Right before you get to that one, it's a crazy scary goal because you ain't sleeping.
Sure.
Because your mind is going through it and you're rehearsing it and you're thinking about it and what could go wrong and what should I do. Okay, and then I have by the time I reach that event, I have played that event in my head 100,000 times.
So
Those are the
true.
goals we need to be setting. And we never set,
Right.
when I hear people say, oh, I haven't looked at my goals, right? Because you didn't give a
Mhm.
shit. Excuse me, but you didn't care, right? Like it wasn't
Right. Yeah.
important. It's just
Mhm.
like an exercise and something that I had to do. And we're selling everyone short. We're selling
Right.
our employees short. We're selling our business short. We're not letting people achieve the excellence that they can achieve because we're forcing them into these, oh, just do something that you can accomplish. No,
Mhm.
let's set the thing that feels impossible. This is what Elon Musk does, right?
Mhm.
Sets those goals that seem impossible and he misses them, but he got way far
Yeah.
when he missed it, right? And that's what I feel like when it comes to like if we're gonna try and sit down and do real goal setting, let's do it, but let's make something like let's think about where do we want this company to be in 5 or 10 years,
Right.
right? What
Right.
does that look like? Right.
Mhm.
And then let's figure out how we get there, step by step. But setting that goal that's going to keep us awake.
But
You
you
know, I
gotta
think
go after it. Like that's the thing, and that goes back to what you said before about the why. Is going
Yeah.
getting through the challenges is that goal has to be big enough, and it has to be like you're saying, crazy, scary, and it has to be a big enough goal that it scares the pants off you. But there also has to be a strong why, and then you just have to go after it.
right. And I hear one more thing. I hear one more thing when I'm reflecting on what Lewis is saying. I hear be like just be like what's the right word? It's being not excessive, but being like just the right word is not coming, but like be crazy about your dream, okay?
Yeah.
Like obsess about it. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Obsess about this dream, because you really touched the point on the head when I was sharing, my story on your podcast. where I set myself a goal that seemingly was impossible. At least people were telling me that this goal was impossible. And I remember, the night before I was proposing, the goal that I set for myself was finding the right wife that was right for me. And in my circles, people thought that woman doesn't exist. And when I did find her and I was about to propose to her that night before, was it was just so like, it was a scary time. It was, that thing, because it's like, here everybody told me this was impossible. I was obsessed by making it possible. I had trust and I had belief that I would reach it. And I just did everything in my power to reach it. And here I am the night before of the yes or no question. This is literally the make it or break it. Like, is my dream going to come true or not? Like, that's where it is, and that obsession is what was keeping me up at night, that's what I'm hearing from what you're saying.
Absolutely, man. What one of the guys I recently interviewed for my podcast, it will publish on Friday. He was a car salesman, the car salesman guy who owns 17 dealerships. So he wasn't a very good car salesman. He called his dad. He's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm going to quit, and I'm going to come and run the store that you own." And Dad said, "You can quit, but you ain't running the store." He burned the ships on him. This is the burning of the ships. You got no backup. Like you will make this. You will make this thing happen. There's stories of like Tom Brady who, in like one of his first practices, told the coach or something like, "I'm gonna be your star quarterback." Coach was like, "Yeah, okay," like, right, sure, I'm sure you will. You didn't even get drafted, right? Like, let's just focus on making the team right now, buddy. Not being and look at him today, right? And it's I love when you said like what people told me it was impossible. That's when you're on the right track, right? Somebody tells you that's probably not going to happen. That goal's too far, now you got a good one. You got a good one when everybody thinks that it's crazy and nobody believes you and everybody tells you like that's not going to happen. You're on the right track, unless you're 5'7" and you want to play in the NBA, right? Like then it's like just a matter of
Wow.
Yeah. I just want to ask you. Go ahead, Mark. Sorry, no, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go if you insist. I want to reflect back for a second on what you were saying previously about, when you come to your team with where am I wrong with this? So that's something that I think is important. That it's literally a lesson I just taught my students today, and then it is a lesson I had to implement for myself, where it's okay to fail, it's okay to make mistakes, and on the contrary, you need to do that. Like we just implemented a new point system where for every period they can earn a coin, which goes into a larger pot for the class to go on a trip. And they missed it on the second period. And I showed them how use this as a way of reflecting on what did we do wrong? How do we fix it for next time? And they used it. And then I kid you not, like 2 hours later, I was in the other class that I was working with. And there's one student who's a particularly difficult student. And they were really giving me a run for my money. And I was about to act. And I acted in a certain way. And then I had to sit myself down. I'm like, hey, how did I act? What do I need to do differently? How do I fix this? And then I was able to proceed and fix it. And, they ended the day off very well. But I think that's something that like a lot of people are scared of failure, but we have to understand that failing is okay. And it's good. Making mistakes is okay. It's good. But that we can sometimes preempt our failure by plugging into the people around us and kind of seeing where are those holes that we need to that we need to fill up. That was just something I took away from what you had said there.
I tell my kids there's two ways to learn. You can learn through listening or you can learn through pain. And I don't mean like I inflict pain on my children, but just that like if they don't listen, they're going to experience pain, right? And it's up to you. You pick. I have chosen pain most of my life, right? Like that's how I have chosen to learn. Wow. And I hope that maybe I can share some of these lessons so others can learn by listening and not have to experience the pain themselves.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.